No, I am not also a Zoroastrian, but we are going to learn about a bunch of different symbols here now. Yeah, bye-bye. The winged symbol now associated with Zoroastrianism, it's known as the Faravahar, or something close to that, has its origin in an older symbol of a winged disc without a human figure within it. The older symbol is more than 4,000 years old and found in both Egypt and Mesopotamia, was commonly associated with the sun and deities strongly connected with the sun. It also represented power, particularly divine power, and it was used to reinforce the concept of god kings and divinely appointed rulers. Now, Assyrians associated the winged disc with the god Shamash, but they also had a version similar to this with the human figure within or emerging from the disc, which they associated with their patron god Assur. And from them, the Achaemenid emperors from 600 CE to 330, I think this is backwards, 600 BCE to 330 BCE, adopted it as they spread Zoroastrianism through their empire as the official religion. Now, the exact meaning of this symbol in history is debatable, it says. Some have argued that it originally represented Ahura Mazda, and however, Zoroastrians generally consider Ahura Mazda to be transcendent. That is their leader, their deity. However, Zoroastrians generally consider Ahura Mazda to be transcendent, spiritual, and without physical form. And for most of their history, they did not artistically depict him at all. More likely, it continued to primarily represent divine glory. It may have also been associated with the Fravashi, also known as the Fravoir, which is part of the human soul and acts as its protector. It is a divine blessing granted by Ahura Mazda at birth and is entirely good. This is different from the rest of the soul, which will be judged according to its deeds on the day of judgment. Today, the Fahavahar continues to be associated with the Fravashi. There's, I think we went in here. The central human figure is generally taken to represent the human soul. The fact that he is aged in appearance represents wisdom. One hand points upward, urging believers to always strive for improvement and be mindful of higher powers. The other hand holds a ring, which may represent loyalty and faithfulness. The circle from which the figure emerges can represent the immortality of the soul or the repercussions of our actions, which are brought about by the eternal divine order. The two wings are composed of three main rows of feathers, representing good thoughts, good words, and good deeds, which is the basis of Zoroastrian ethics. The tail is likewise comprised of three rows of feathers, and these represent bad thoughts, bad words, and bad deeds above which every Zoroastrian strives to rise above. The two streamers represent Spenta Manu and Angra Manu, the spirits of good and evil. Every person must constantly choose between the two, so the figure is facing one way and turning his back on the other. The streamers evolved out of the earlier symbols, sometimes accompanying the winged disc. In some images, the disc has bird talons emerging out of the bottom of the disc, and some Egyptian versions of the disc include two accompanying cobras in the position now occupied by the streamers. And Zoroastrianism, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe is the oldest theistic religion.